if you would like to just take a moment right now as we begin our service with a spiritual mind treatment. So I invite you to just take a breath and know how connected each of us is to this beautiful universe of good. Just feel the air going in and out, and know that while the air is invisible, and it is so life-giving. And that's true of everything around us, this atmosphere of good, which is the substance of spirit, which supports us both physically through the earth itself, the air, the water, everything that we need for life, and also through that underlying, invisible, all-powerful, all-knowing, all-loving thing itself, which we call spirit. Just become aware now, together, how good it is to be here now. And since I know that, I speak my word on behalf of each and every person here today, and each and every person connected to us in any way, as I know that as we go through life, it is an adventure, and it unfolds in the highest and best way for each of us here and now. And I give thanks for the opportunity to be here together, to learn, to grow, and to support each other on this spiritual journey we call life. I give thanks for this truth. I turn it over to Spirit, knowing that Spirit always says yes. Spirit is yes. And so I let go, knowing it is done. And invite you to join me in saying, and so it is. Thank you.
Oh, good morning. Good morning, everyone. So good to be here. Is anyone out there?
Yes.
Hello. Can you? Okay. It's a wonderful day here in Carlsbad. Thank you for having me again. So you probably heard this one, but I think this is a good starter. In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am. Letting fear and worry fall away from me. And I see
It is so great to have Michael Paul here as our musician today. We're going to have him again in a couple of weeks. He is a wonderful, lucky for us, substitute today, and aren't we blessed?
Yes.
Because I know we just love to have him, so what a blessing. Thank you, Michael Paul. And your song was so great, There Is Only Love, and I'm so happy to welcome everyone today. I'm Reverend Kate, and it's just great to be here today with a little bit of rain, but it's not pouring. It's just perfect October weather. And so we've come here together because we understand together that there is actually a power for good in the universe, and we can use it. And so the mission of this center is to teach, demonstrate, and inspire a positive spiritual approach to living. So I would like to invite Pat Walker right now to come up and light our candles this morning. This is a simple way that we can remind ourselves of the divinity and the underlying spiritual unity of all people everywhere. So first we light a candle for the Tao, honoring the path of harmony and equilibrium. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the path of love. And we light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of recognizing Allah as the great creator and sustainer of life. And finally, I want to invite you to join with me in just taking a moment to recognize our own inner light, our light that is always shining within us, as we honor all forms of new thought, the metaphysical path of wholeness, oneness, and mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. Thank you, Pat. So if this is your first visit to our center, we want to let you know that you're very welcome. And we would love to have you sign our guest book on the table, pick up a welcome envelope. If you sign the guest book, you can start getting our Thursday email. If anyone else is not getting our Thursday email, just put a new page in the guest book and with a little note, so we know that a correction needs to be made. Here, spiritual mind treatment, or affirmative prayer, is our gift to you on Sundays. And so I would like to ask our practitioners and ministers who are here to just stand up, because I want, oh, thank you, yeah, we'll even clap myself. I want you to know that we're available to you for prayer treatment during fellowship. Or an easy thing to do is on the welcome table, kind of in the corner, there's a little box where you can put in any spiritual mind treatment request you would like to have our prayer team treat for you for during the week. And if you have done this in the past and you haven't yet seen whatever it is you were hoping for come into your life, please don't hesitate to do it again. This is something that we do on an ongoing basis. So let's see, I have a few other announcements, but if you happen to own a cell phone, could you check to make sure it's on silent? Okay, first of all, masks are still very welcome here, so let's all also remember not to hug people without asking permission, because we want everyone to feel comfortable. Please remember that the parking lot gets locked after we leave, so take your car with you. And before you go home during fellowship, be sure to check out our used bookstore, our sale that we're having. It's an ongoing fundraiser for our center, and it's a good way to get books back in circulation. So we've got some treasures for you out there. So we all got to cheer for Pat Walker for doing the candle lighting. And we have a lot of other volunteers who have helped today. First of all, I want to thank Pat Sagwin, our last week's birthday girl. For these beautiful flowers, thank you so much. And I want to thank Morgan. I don't know if you've seen the beautiful refreshments, but and Burla helped.
Monetarily.
Great, good. Burla and Morgan, thank you for the beautiful refreshments. And Burla also was our greeter today. And I want to thank practitioner Larry, who is doing our video recording. It's not as easy as you might think. It's a little bit touchy, that iPad. And I also want to thank Angel and Jan for getting us all set up and organized today. Let's give them a hand. And let's recognize and welcome back Reverend Almondra from her travels. And we really appreciate that you got up early this morning to lead the meditation. So it's good to have you back in town. So, I mean, we're just a volunteer organization, and it's easy to become a volunteer. We've got a red clipboard on the table in the lobby. So I think for me, it's that feeling of community that makes this center so wonderful. Okay, so today is our last spiritual economics class. We'll meet right here at 11:30. And next Sunday, this is special, next Sunday is going to be the day before Halloween. So I've already got a couple of people who think they're gonna get wigs and wear them for a Halloween costume. But If you want to wear a costume, feel free, as long as it's not too scary. Some of us are sensitive. But any costumes are welcome, or you can just wear orange or black, whatever you want to do. We're going to have a few little tricks and treats. Somehow we'll work those in for next week. So then I also want to just say ahead that in the first 2 Sundays in November, Reverend Maurene is going to be giving a special casual 2-part workshop on, well, I'll let her talk about it. I know it's called Spiritual Autobiography.
I had a clarification I wanted to question you on. If we're spiritual beings having this human experience, aren't we already in our costumes?
Yes, okay, but you can pretend, you can have an alter ego costume if you want. But yes, we are dressed as we are, that's very true. Okay, and then the last thing is, we have been doing an unexpected income program. So even though our spiritual economics course is ending today, the unexpected income program goes on through the end of November. So it's not too late to sign up. The sign-up sheets are on the welcome table. And what you do is there's a prayer treatment that you can read over for yourself every day. And just know that our prayer team is doing spiritual mind treatments for everyone who's enrolled in the program to experience unaccepted, that was a slip, wasn't it? Unexpected and gladly accepted unscheduled income. And there's no cost to the program. We do ask, and this is part of the getting the wheel of prosperity going, we do ask that if you receive unexpected income, that you make a gift of 10% of that to our center. And we will accept it. That's funny. Okay. It's time for a group reading. So if you have a program, if you open the program on the right-hand side, please read with me. Ready? God is all, both visible and invisible. One presence, one mind, one power is all. This one that is all is perfect love and perfect abundance. I am an individualized expression of God. I am ever one with this perfect life, perfect love, and perfect abundance. Thank you. Now it's time for a group song. So, rising, I'll turn it over to Pop.
Oh, okay. It's a new song. Do you have the words?
Yes.
Yes. I'm just stalling for time. You have words. Okay, it's called Our Thoughts Are Prayers. And and it goes like our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Be careful what you're saying. Seek the Lord, not just pray. Our faith. rehearsal at 2:30.
And now I would like to invite Robert up to give us an inspirational reading while I quickly raise the microphone.
Let's not overdo it.
It's perfect, actually.
All right. I think everybody can hear me now.
Yes.
So, this reading is from chapter 12 of Spiritual Economics by Eric Butterworth. As we look down the road into the future of civilization, it seems obvious that all religious institutions must set a high priority on the teaching of spiritual economics to their followers. People must not only engage in the practice of the presence of God, but they must also know that the kingdom of God, which is at hand, is a realm of substance that is omnipresent and omniactive. I'm going to repeat those few words. The kingdom of God, which is at hand, is a realm of substance that is omnipresent and omniactive. Religion must ultimately help all people to get into the creative flow of healing life, guiding intelligence, and limitless supportive substance. And so it is.
Well, I guess I know where I am on the page. Are you going to sing a song now?
Yeah.
Oh, guess what? Michael Paul's going to sing a nice song for us.
This is the moment, this is the day, this is the moment when I know I'm on my way. Every endeavor I have for is coming into play, is here and now. This is the moment, this is the time, the momentum and momentum in rhyme. Give me this moment is moment. Or I'll gather up my past and just make some sense at last. This is the moment when all I've done, all of the dreaming, scheming and screaming, this is the day. Just shine when all I live for becomes mine. This is the moment, this is the hour when my life opens and blooms like a lotus flower. Give me this moment, the moment is moment, or I'll gather up my past and make some sense at last. This
I don't have a microphone. So Reverend Maurene is going to introduce herself.
We're getting a little, are we getting a little feedback here?
That mic is still on.
I turned it off.
Oh, did you? Maybe it's Michael.
Michael, are you turned off?
I just turned it off.
Okay. Well, hello. No, we still got feedback. Thank you. I'll speak more silently. Welcome, welcome. It's great to see you all, and it's great to see your smiles. Is that better? No?
Yeah.
Still got a little feedback.
Yeah.
I just give thanks for today. I give thanks for October 23rd. And all your smiles reminded me of a story that I felt like I should tell you. But years ago, I attended the Unity Church in Portland, Oregon, living in Richmond Center, Reverend Mary Manon Morrissey. And we went to India. It was the International Human Unity Movement. And I was supposed to go with the group, get on the bus, and go to see the Dalai Lama at the Baha'i Temple. And the Baha'i Temple, if you look at Amandra, she's got this beautiful necklace with the symbols of all the major world religions, and that's at the top. The top is similar to this. It's a big lotus. And somehow I missed my bus. So I took the taxi, and he dropped me off at the back of the temple. So I'm walking toward the temple. There's a little path, and I look over, and there's a little tiny building. The door opens, and out comes the Dalai Lama. And I just went, and I had my camera, but I said, "Phooey," and I raced over and introduced myself, and he shook my hand. I didn't know if he spoke English. And he has this grin, like from here to Omaha. Have you ever seen people like that? They're just so excited with life, and he has dimples too. Anyway, I will always remember that smile, and when I see you smiling, it brings it back. So, actually, what we're supposed to be talking about today, yes, we're talking about gratitude, but we're talking about the spiritual economics by Eric Butterworth. And we're in the last class today. And I think, before we go on, anyone have a demonstration yet of unearned income? I won't put you on the spot, just a little raise of hand. Thank you, thank you. And I already told you the story that we got $5,000 out of the blue. You know how that works. Thank you, Blue. So, Ernest Holmes, our founder, said, "Hold steadfastly to the thought that all of life is in a state of eternal flow." And this flow is this energy of giving and receiving. Just giving a smile and just receiving the smile. That's part of the spiritual flow. That's the flow of divine source. So, if George Washington were alive today, why couldn't he throw a silver dollar across the Potomac? How do you say that? Potomac, thank you. Why do you think? Because a dollar doesn't go as far as it used to. And one more. Robert said to Larry, he said, "Thank you so much for lending me that money. I shall be everlasting in your debt." And Larry said, "That's what I'm afraid of." So, well, back to the serious flow. The flow of God is the flow of your good. So we did this earlier, Reverend Kate, how to breathe. Just think about your breath. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in again. You can't have one without the other. This is the flow of life, and it's kind of like giving and receiving, which Reverend King talked about last week. These are, and the universe, well, Deepak Chopra said this. He said the universe operates through dynamic exchange, giving, receiving. There are different aspects of the flow of energy in the universe. And in our willingness to give, that which we see, we keep the abundance of the universe circulating in our lives. And that includes money. We give money, we receive money. And Ernest Holmes said, if we could only come to know that there is such a thing as spiritual substance, and that substance is limitless and omnipotent, and it takes the form in our experience according to the mold we give it, which in religious science we talk about mental equivalent. We create in our mind, we visualize, we create the mold, we say what we want, and the universe says, okay, how would you like it? You know, we add a little sauce to it, how it should feel, and that's what we receive. We know this. This is operation of the law of mind. So any substance gives value to everything you have, everything you do, everything you are. It's ideas and creativity and health and vitality. So this morning we're looking at the generosity of life, which translates to prosperity. But I like this other definition that I saw. The greatest definition of prosperity is spiritual well-being. Spiritual well-being. So that's what I want us to catch this month, not the flu. I want you to catch spiritual well-being. When you begin to see things from the perspective of the ever-presence of God's substance, you know, whatever you want to call it, life energy, we get in the creative flow of abundance, and it blesses our life with affluence, prosperity, and goodness. Once we expand our consciousness, it will not go back. It will not shrink. Once you're there, once you're at that higher level of consciousness, you will stay there. But once expanded, and Butterworth talks about this, once expanded, you have an obligation to help others. Help them to stop being victims. Help, you know, yes, we give people money that are in need, but if we give them a higher consciousness that works better, then they will be creative and you will have made a change in the world. Excuse me. The word affluence comes from a root word, affluere. I think it's Old Latin. It means to flow. So affluence means if you're affluent, you're in the flow. And money is a symbol of the life energy we exchange. So circulation keeps it alive. I was talking, Ronald isn't here today, but I was talking to Ronald a couple weeks ago. He was talking about his mom, Margie, and we were talking about money within families, and my brother recently gave us this huge gift. And I was saying that, you know, money is a form of love. If you think of it this way, which is an attribute of God. When I was little, my father never said, I love you. It wasn't part of, he wasn't taught that way. But we knew he loved us because he had what he called wham, walking around money. So, walking around money. So he'd say, can I put some wham on you? And it's like, thank you, Dad. So, yeah. And he did that with his grandchildren too. That's how he showed love. And money is God in action. And so love is always moving and flowing, and that's what money is doing. It's moving and flowing, and you can't hold on to it. You have to let it go. So what do you do to have more good in your life? We talked about some of these already in the class and in the last few weeks. Every morning I get up, I wake up and I bless. So every morning get up and bless. Bless the people who live in the house with you. Bless your loved ones. And be mindful of the blessing. Bless the people at work. Bless the people at the store. Bless your money. Bless your house. Bless your bed. Thank you. Bless your clothes, your body, your health, your intellect. Bless your car. Just bless everything in life. Bless life. Thank you. So some people go to the store. You can practice this. I know during the pandemic, it was like we didn't see a lot of people. So you go to the store early in the morning, you'd only see like 3 or 4 people in the whole store. And it's like, oh, blessing, 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 blessing. You know, bless the people around you. Do that for fun. Go to the mall. You know, just start blessing people. The other thing I talked about in greater length was visualization. It's really important to create the mold for the universe. You know, Ralph Waldo Emerson, who was had a lot of influence on Ernest Holmes, said, you know, when you make your decision, which is what happens when you visualize, you focus your vision, the universe conspires to make it happen. Don't you love that? You have a conspirator that is helping you. The other thing is to pray. It's very important to pray. Pray for, you know, if you can't think of something or how to pray, just pray for unity. Just know you're one. You're one with Spirit. You're one, whatever you want to call it, God, Allah, Brahma. You're one with it. And all the aspects are yours. Peace, power, beauty, life, light, love. This is who you are, right here, within. The other thing you can do is tithe. And I don't want you to get freaked about. Some people say 10%. Tithing is any form of giving that spiritually supports you. So if you spiritualize your giving, you think about, how can I give to other people? How can I give and see it return to me? It's a law of the universe, giving and receiving. But give to that spiritually feeds you. Robert and I have this issue with beggars. You know, we get off the freeway and people are holding signs, I'm out of work, I need food for the little ones, or my dog needs food. You know, it's like we argue about giving. I feel that if I give to that beggar, that's a spiritual lesson for me. That's feeding me, because I have a tendency to judge, and I have to stop judging. Like I'll see someone and, oh, they've got new tennis shoes, I'm not giving to them. Or, oh, look at all those tattoos. How can they afford all those tattoos? And they need money for food. Oh, I'm not giving to them. You know, it's like I get into this judgment about people. It's like, he's young, he can get a job. It's like, no, these people are asking for help. They're in the flow. You give and you will receive. That's the spiritual truth. That's the spiritual law behind it. And so give to whatever spiritually feeds you. It may not be this church. It can be many other avenues. But thank you if it is this church. So I wanted to say the other thing that helps you and you can do every day is think about saying yes. Yes. I hope you've never said no to a child who wanted to give you a gift. You know, that's the worst thing. Don't ever do that. Don't ever say, no, thank you. No. Child wants to give you something. Oh, how precious. You know, how wonderful. And just remember, we are all kids at heart. We love giving gifts, and we love having everybody in our life go, oh, how precious. So say yes. Always say yes. And the other thing we talked about, having faith. Have faith. There's a reminder on every bill in your purse and wallet. What does that say right there? In God we trust. In God we trust. Have you heard that joke? In God we trust. All others pay cash. But really, seriously, we trust the universe. There are times where you don't have enough money, but you can never be separated from the all-sufficiency of God's substance within. Right here, the kingdom of God is within. And I love this passage from the New Testament. This is Luke 6, chapter 6, 38. Give, and it will be given to you. They will pour into your lap a good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over. For by your standard of measure, it will be measured to you and returned. So what you give, you receive. And what's your measurement? Is it a thimble? Is it a bucket? Is it a pool? You know, how much are you willing to receive is really how much you also give. So give, just enjoy the gift of giving of your time, your talent, your treasure. Like in Hawaii, I moved here from Hawaii. You stop in the line at the store and you talk story. That's giving of your time, giving of your attention, giving a smile. That's part of tithing. Don't be caught up with these gloomy stories that are going around, especially the unemployment rates or the inflation or the supply chain failures or the high interest rates or the gas prices that keep boomeranging. So within you is unlimited life, limitless substance, access to infinite divine intelligence. You know, most of us grew up where we were beggars. We begged God for stuff. It was like this magician was somewhere out here with the white beard, you know, and he was going to come and all of a sudden I was going to have all the things I wanted if I begged hard enough. But instead of looking outside of ourselves, we only need to go within. And part of this unexpected income is a process to practice faith, practice this, knowing this substance is there for us, and that we are the beloved of our beloved. In God we trust. So, when you're in the flow, you demonstrate greater and greater prosperity. You know that. You know that sometimes you feel like, wow, I'm really in the flow today. I'm really on top of it, and everything just unfolds perfectly. It's like the way was made clear, and it's just perfect. Some days are like that. And the greater and greater, the more we have days like that, we have an obligation to show others. And that's part of the reason Reverend Kate and I created this 6-part sermon sessions and the class is to help you change your consciousness so you can go in the world to help others change their consciousness. Money is not evil. You know, Charles Fillmore said that it's a sin to be poor, but it's not. The sin actually means missing the mark. It's an archery term. So you miss the mark, so you do better next time. But sin is a block. Sin means a block to anything, any of your good coming to you. If there's a blockage, find it. Release it. Let it go. It's time to awaken to a new consciousness, a real new order of life. So affirm your faith. I call it the mucho grande consciousness. Walk around with a mucho grande of prosperity. So in the last chapter of the book, he calls it a new world vision. It's a good chapter to read if you got the book. One of the things he says is don't wait for the economy to improve. Don't wait. And instead of saying, well, when the economy improves, I'm going to do such and such and I'll be prosperous. No, no, no. When I move toward prosperity, the whole economy improves. He talks about crisis being an opportunity, and what would your life be like if you could realize your full potential? What would you look like? Where would you live? What would your friends be? Put that on for size. Feel that. What is that like? What does it feel like if I have reached my potential? And he's equating prosperity with this potential. He says, achieve a rich mentality instead of a poor mentality. And remember the picture of the water faucet. Reverend Kate had this last week. You remember this water faucet? You know, and we all know the cycle of water. It rains, it goes into the reservoir, then into our homes, and we use it. It goes back out to the ocean and starts again. So it's a cycle. But this prosperity, you have the power to shut it off. You dial the spigot down or you dial it up. The best way is to dial it up. Just give to yourself. You are worthy. So Butterworth says, turn away from materialism. He says, go within in silence. Spend time by yourself. Meditate. He says, get a renewed awareness of God. So think about God. Think about God this week and prosperity. He says, society will be influenced for good or bad by the thoughts that rule your mind. So think substance. Can you believe that society is made different by your thoughts? Yes, you're one with all of us. You're one with the one, and how you think and act does make a difference. He says, think substance, think prosperity, think plenty for all. And he ends by saying these 5 lines. I'm only one, but I am one. I can't do everything, but I can do something. What I can do, I ought to do. And what I ought to do, by the grace of God, I will do. So let's just say right now, I am prosperous.
I am prosperous.
Feel that. Yes, I am prosperous. Thank you, everyone, and smile on. What are you singing for us, Michael?
Oh, okay. Yes, thank you. I like that. Oh, I like that wham. I like that. Walking around money. Oh, I like that. Yes. Why should I feel discouraged? I should be shadows gone. Why should my heart feel lonely and long for heavenly home? I worship
Well, now's our time for circulating a tithe. It's our time for giving. So we're going to be singing from here the I Am So Blessed. There are many ways to give. I use Venmo, but you can use just a regular old cash, check, PayPal, Tidely. So take your gift, and if you'd like to put it over your heart, just take a deep breath and say, divine love flowing through me
Divine love.
blesses and multiplies all that I am,
All that I am.
all that I have,
All that I have.
and all that I circulate. So it is. So let's just take one moment before we sing the final song. Just take another breath and get comfortable and just know with me, there is only one presence, one power, one mind, spirit, God, presence, love, light, right here where we are, right here in this room, in each of us. And I speak these words for each of you when I say that I am one with this power. I am filled with life. I am filled with the joy and the love and the light. I am one with unlimited possibilities. So today I say yes. I accept all the gifts of the universe. I accept money. I have money to share and money to spare. I accept smiles, and I accept friendships, and I accept free lunches. I accept all forms of prosperity because I am one with unlimited spirit. I am one with unlimited source, and the energy is flowing in me and through me, and I turn up the spigot full. I'm completely on. I am in the flow. I am in the flow for perfect health. I am in the flow for creativity. I am in the flow from loving relationships because I am loved, I am lovable and loving. For this, I give great gratitude. I know this, and I know that my word is spoken, is acted upon. For this, I give gratitude again. I know this is so. And together, we say, and so it is. Thank you. And now, if you want to turn to the back and stand, you can't stop love.
Open your heart.